When are we going round to Michael Owens and having a chat?
Yeah, never mind Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
We got more pressing matters on this.
Michael
one.
Owen's been talking on Rio's podcast.
What did you make of the comments, though? For people that haven't seen it, obviously he was asked about you, and he did say some really nice stuff as well. But I think the ones that have got the headlines are when he was asked, out of the present-day strikers, who was as good as he was at 17 or 18, and he was asked to compare, I think, to you, wasn't he?
Me and Michael are very different players, different attributes, and Michael Owen at 17, 18 was incredible. I used to go out on the street and pretend to be him. Pretend to be Michael Owen, and even though he played for Liverpool. But yeah, so what he's saying, I completely understand what he's saying. But we're two completely different footballers and in different styles, different techniques. And Michael Owen, for a 3-4 year period, was probably the best centre forward in the world. And it's hard to argue against anyone coming up against Michael Owen. Then, unfortunately, he did get his injuries, and he probably couldn't adapt his game maybe as well as I could in playing from the side or going back into midfield. And so yeah, listen, I think his comment are fair. I think of course he's going to back himself. I back myself, but I'd never judge myself against Michael Owen because he's someone I actually looked up to and had the pleasure of playing alongside. And
You're so humble, Wayne. On certain, if that was me, if I'd have won everything you'd won, I'd start bringing him a whole trophy.
It's also a level of respect,
yeah.
isn't there?
No. Listen, obviously I played with him for England, and then later on in his career at Manchester United. I was delighted for him because he come to Manchester United, and that's a massive move for him. Obviously playing for Liverpool, and him to come play for Man United from obviously not direct, but from Liverpool, that's a big thing. And he come and I was delighted he won obviously he got a Premier League medal, and I was really happy for him. And but yeah, no, listen, I would never ever judge myself against Michael Owen because we're different players, different personalities, different people. I respect him massively, and I think for 2 or 3 years he unstoppable. Yeah. So, and I think people do forget how good he was. He was incredible, and me and him are different players. If I was a similar type player and we judging ourselves, then that's different. But
Kay, did it surprise you that he got so involved on social media because he'd done his research, hadn't he?
Yeah, he had the stats out and everything. Do you know what I think? Like Wayne said, Michael Owen was devastating for a period of time. It was crazy. I think the thing is with Michael Owen, I think because of the way his career panned out, he doesn't really have any fan base that sticks up for him. So
do you know what? Just on that, I think Michael can come across a little bit boring.
He's not, is he? I've worked with him. He's not boring.
He is one of the funniest people you'll meet.
Yeah.
And being in his company, honestly, he's so funny. And
that came out in that interview, I think.
Yeah, I'm witty. Yeah. And a lot of people think, he can seem quite boring. He is so funny. So I hope he just gets that out because everyone who play with him, we know like what a good lad he is, and sometimes that doesn't always come across.
No, but that did come out in the interview. But what I was meaning to say was because I think the way his career went out, he didn't really have any fan base now that sort of rides for him and backs him on social media. So he sort of has to back himself, if you like, because I feel like Liverpool fans are scorned a little bit because he went to United. United fans, because he played for Liverpool, don't really want to back it for him. And I think Newcastle fans, well, they feel what they do about Michael Owen. So it's like, unless you're like a real diehard England fan, nobody really talks about Michael Owen like that.
Yeah, but all the Donald fans from the Masinga are right behind him. I'm joking, Michael.
That's a great point.
No, but I also think we're all kind of guilty of only thinking of like, people probably have not forgotten Michael Owen. I'm not saying he's that old, but kids of this generation, the next generation, probably don't appreciate just how good Michael Owen was.
Do you know what? It was so good, and like it was an honour for me to play them. I really did look up to him, and when I was young, and we have very similar pathways in terms of we both come into the England squad quite young, and And then we played. We probably didn't get the best out of each other when we did play alongside each other. And actually, he assisted me, I think, more than I did him, which you probably think it should be the other way around. So, yeah, listen, he was incredible. His injuries killed him. I think there's no doubt in that. But for a 2 or 3 year period, he was right up there with the best, for sure.
Yeah, he was. He provided some of my best England memories, Kay. I don't know about you, but like I can still picture some of his goals really vividly. Don't worry, Wayne, you did as well. But like, particularly growing up, I can just remember them.
Yeah, the goals for England, especially. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't necessarily cheering on any of the Liverpool ones, but yeah, when he had that burst of pace and acceleration, it was just insane. It was like there wasn't anybody that could catch him.
It is, man. Like, you remember I always remember the celebration thing was Newcastle when he's like rubbing his hands together.
Oh yeah.
For some reason that always sticks with me. But mate, and obviously there was the FA Cup final against Arsenal for Liverpool when they won the FA Cup. Yeah, so listen, he's probably just got too much into it. I'd never judge myself against Michael Owen or anyone, to be honest. I just I've done what I need to do, and I don't really care what anyone. But Michael or whoever thinks I'm happy with what I've done, but massively respect them.
I think a few people listening to this are probably going to be quite disappointed with that response, aren't they? They were going to be hoping for a bit more spiciness.
Well, he is Welsh. He's not Scouse. He's Welsh, so.